Hey, what's up guys? Arrma G back with the Typhon EXB. Today we're going to be doing the Truggified build. So we're going to be turning the buggy into a Truggy. So what that's going to do essentially is going to widen up our stance a little bit and allow us to add the 2.8 MTs. These are some Duratrax MTs. I know a lot of people are running the Pro line, but I wanted to give these a shot and see what they're all about. But basically, wanted to do this video to kind of detail out what you have to do the Truggified build on the Typhon, exactly all the parts you need and what work you have to do. So let's jump right into it. We got the Arrma Kraton wheel hubs, front and rear, as well as the Arrma Kraton axles, front and rear, and the hexes, all 4 hexes. So the front hubs, they're going to give you a little bit more of an offset, probably about a 1/2 inch offset on each side. It's going to get the wheels out a little bit farther and allow you to get those 2.8s on so they don't rub on the tops and bottoms of these hubs. So then also we're going to do the rears, which is going to add that offset as well. And then once you add that and you have that additional offset, you need the bigger axles to get the wheel hub all the way out there, or get the axle all the way out there. So like I said, I wanted to do this and kind of just detail out exactly all the parts you need, as well as what kind of work you have to do. So for the rears, here's the part number on the axles that you're going to want. It's a AR610018 and then the front axles part number AR310590. So, and then these hubs, I picked up these hubs on eBay. It came with all 4 hubs. All 4 were already assembled with the pivot balls, the retainers, as well as bearings. Like I said, all 4 hubs. I picked them up on eBay. I think the seller was Jenny's RC. I've heard a lot of good things about Jenny's RC, so I went ahead and grabbed those. And they seem pretty well. They don't seem like they have any wear. They definitely seem like they're direct takeoffs from a brand new truck. So that's good. And then I got the hexes as well. And these, the stock ones for the Typhon, don't have this offset behind the this bottom hex here. So that's gonna additionally bring the wheel out a little bit to allow us to fit those 2.8 MTs. So I guess let's get to work and get this rolling. So you're gonna have to save this aluminum, not sure what that's called, turnbuckle plate, whatever, but you're gonna have to pull it off of your existing hubs on the Typhon, transfer them over to the new ones. If you get them from Jenny's RC, at least, that's where I got these. So always want to use Loctite on these Grub screws. Arrma puts Loctite on here, and I'm actually convinced that the Loctite that Arrma uses isn't even Loctite at all. I'm pretty sure it's like JB Weld or something, because that stuff is crazy. I mean, you gotta heat up those bolts or those screws just to even break them loose. I mean, those things are on there tight. I don't know what Arrma's using, but they got some good stuff. Might have to see if I can find it actually. I've just been using, I like this, it's Vibratite brand, and it is gel Loctite pretty much. It's good stuff. So. Alright guys, so we got the front end fully completed with the hubs, axles, and hexes. I don't have the wheels secured on with the hexes just yet, but I mean, just at a first glance, you can tell how much of a beefier truck this thing is going to be. I mean, having the front done and not the rear, this thing's going to have such a wider stance. This thing's going to be an animal. Let's get these off, and we're going to go do the rear. Also, just kind of want to show you guys. So I got these Duratrax Lockup MTs. These are 2.8s. These are also belted tires. So they're going to be a lot more stronger. They're not going to balloon and turn into pizza cutters like some of those unbelted Pro-Line Badlands or whatever. I'm looking forward to running those and seeing how those things hold up. So, alright, so I wanted to remind myself to take that grub screw out before I get the wheels off. Make it a little bit easier. Alright, grub screw 1 and grub screw number 2. See if the rear is going to be a little bit faster than the front was. Front took me a while. There's a little bit more going on in the front with these pivot balls and stuff. And honestly, I've never taken these apart. I worked on this a little bit. If you guys seen my last video, I'll put a link in the description. I turned this truck into a Typhon EXB by adding some of the optional EXB parts. But like I said, I'll put a link in the description if you want to see how you make a Typhon EXB. Because I think it goes a long way when you're bashing these things to have the EXB parts. Alright, so these rears, they come with these spacers. So you have two tiny little spacers, these little tiny spacers that go on the front side of this hinge pin right here. And then you have this bigger spacer. So you got two tiny ones and one big one. So the one big one goes in the back, the two small ones go in the front. And I'm not sure how much of an impact that's going to have. Whether you put the big one in the front and the two small ones in the rear, I don't know if that'll even really matter. They might be the same width. I mean, the stance on this thing is just unbelievable. It is so much wider, so much of a bigger truck. I mean, you can just feel it when you pick it up. I mean, these things are already heavy trucks, but Now, I mean, it is a freaking monster. I can't wait to get it out and take it for a test trip. Cool, man. I'm excited now. So just to give you a little preview here, well, it's not really a preview, but kind of a short synopsis of my last video. Now when I was talking about the Typhon EXB, Typhon EXB isn't a thing. They don't sell a Typhon EXB, but I did buy the parts and I made a Typhon EXB. So I added front and rear EXB shock towers. So they are the extreme bash version shock towers, as well as the EXB chassis braces. So these are made out of aluminum rather than the stock brittle plastic. Also added these spacers back here for the rear shock tower, or rear chassis brace, I'm sorry. Put the T-bone bumper on there. So that thing's been holding up pretty well. So I'm excited to take this thing out and beat the crap out of it, that's for sure. So alright guys, I'll see you in the next video when we're smashing this thing to pieces. So if you guys got any questions, drop a comment, let me know. I'll definitely reply and let you guys know what's up. If you got any suggestions on what I should do to this thing next, let me know. Drop a comment. Make sure you like and subscribe the video. It'll really help me out. Like I said, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification, so every time I drop a new video, you guys will get notified. And that's it, guys. Everett G out.